Now that you're logged into Clipchamp, you are ready to do your screen recording. Before doing your first screen recording on a Windows computer, it's a good idea to create a folder on your computer where you will download your recordings so you can then upload them to your Google Drive. To create such a folder, you can look here at the bottom in the taskbar, and if you have this file folder showing, that will get you to the folders on your computer. If it's not showing there, you can always click the magnifying glass and do a search for File Explorer and then click on that. This will bring up a picture of files on your computer. You're going to want to click on Documents, and then in your Documents folder, you'll want to make sure you're on the Home tab and click New Folder. And then you can call it Clipchamp, you can call it Screencasts, you can call it by your name, whatever works the best. So now you have a place to download your screencasts when they're finished. For now, we can just close out of the File Explorer and be back here in Clipchamp. So today I'm going to simulate just making a quick screen recording where I'm maybe showing students how to check out an audiobook in Sora, our online library. So to make your screen recording, you simply click on the screen recording icon. When it first comes up, you'll notice that there's a circle here. This is for the webcam. It always assumes you want to use that, but if you don't, you can either X out of the webcam here, or you can simply click the camera to turn it off. Either way, that little webcam bubble will disappear. For the microphone, you just want to make sure that it's going to use the microphone you want it to. And I have a headset plugged in, so that's what I'm going to use. And now you just click Start Screen Recording. Here you decide if you're going to stay in one tab, if you're going to record this window, or the entire screen. I like to do entire screen because then I know if I switch between tabs, I'm not going to accidentally leave something out of my recording. So I click entire screen, select the screen, and then if I don't want sound coming from my computer, I leave system audio off and I click share. You'll get a little countdown, and then you kind of get this infinite effect of the screen recording because the last tab you were on is Clipchamp itself. You'll notice that it's already counting down. You have a max of 15 minutes per recording in Clipchamp. So now I'm going to switch to the tab I want to record on and do my brief recording. Hello students. Today I'm going to show you how to make sure you're checking an audiobook out of Sora, since that is our next assignment, to listen to an audiobook. Once you've gone into ClassLink and gotten into Sora, you'll come up on this Explore page. What you can easily do is start looking, and you'll notice that if it's an audiobook, it has these headphones under it. But to make it even easier, you can just click the audiobooks button right here. And now it's filtered so that all you see are audiobooks. You don't have to wonder, make sure that it has the little headphones under it. So let's say that I want to listen to Darius the Great Deserves Better. Maybe I'm not sure, it just looks interesting, so I can click on it. I can read a little more about the book, how long it is, who the author is, things like that. And then if I decide that yes, this is a book I do want to listen to, I just click the borrow button. Now it shows borrowed, and it'll even pop up assuming you want to start listening to it right away. If you don't, you can just hit close. You'll see that it's still down here as your most recent book in the shelf down here. You can always click on the shelf too, the shelf button, and see what you have checked out. But basically now you just come to the shelf button and you click on it to start listening to it. If you have the app on your phone, you can listen to it there too. And that's all there is to checking out an audiobook in Sora. Okay, so now that I'm done recording my video for my students, I'm going to come back to the Clipchamp tab and I'm going to click Stop and Review. It will start playing the video that I just recorded. I don't have to listen to it here. I think it's a little easier to deal with it in the editor. So unless I really messed up and I just want to delete and start completely over, I'm going to click Finish. The video uploads, and then it loads again in a new screen. When your video comes up on this page, one thing you might want to do really quickly is click on the title and change it to what you are recording about. In case you need to find it again, just click that check mark to save. And then the next thing you need to do, you don't have to worry about any of these settings over here. You can just click on Clipchamp to send it to the editor. It will ask you if it's okay to copy it to the editor, and you can say yes. And the video will load in the Clipchamp editor. I'm noticing right now that the name didn't come over with it, so I'm going to do this one more time to make sure I don't have to dig through a bunch of weird numbers to find my recording. Now, most of what I have to do is get rid of the weird mirroring at the beginning and end and just get it to where I was recording about the actual Sora stuff. So what I'm going to do is drag my playhead down here on the timeline until I see it switching up here. So once I've gotten to that point, I'll just click the scissors. That creates a split. I can now click this beginning part that I don't need, and I can just hit backspace or delete on my keyboard. And then I'll move my video all the way to the left of the timeline so that there's not blank space in the front of it. And now I need to go to the end of my video. So sometimes the images on the preview up here aren't matching exactly with what's going on down here. So what you might have to do is listen a little bit until you get to the end of what you were recording, and then put in your little clip split and get rid of the rest of the recording so you don't have that weird stuff at the end where you go back to the Clipchamp tab. So once you have it snipped like that, you can also go in throughout the video. If there was a mistake or something, you can find those and clip them out. There are more features that we won't go into on this tutorial, but you can insert text, images, sounds. All of these things are over here on the left side. You can even have it generate captions for you if you want it to be able to do that. You would click captions and hit try now. But for this moment, we're going to say this video is done, and we're going to export it. And it already has the name we want because I changed that earlier. And we're going to click export. Now, as it's exporting, it's actually going to a place called your OneDrive, which is similar to your Google Drive, but not the same. So as soon as it finishes exporting here, we can see the time, it's going to give us an option to download it or to save it to our computer. When that becomes live, this little button down here, we're going to use it and actually save it down to our computer so that we can then put it up in our Google Drive for sharing. It's done exporting, so it's now uploading to your OneDrive. So it tells us our video is ready to share. Now, here's what's important. It's not in your Google Drive yet. So even though it has these options here, you're going to want to ignore them. Go all the way down to the bottom and click Save to your computer. And this is where When we go to save to our computer, we want to make sure we click here on Documents on the left, and then we find the folder we decided that we were going to save our videos in. And once we're inside of it, Document Sandy Screencast, we hit Save. It's downloading, and you may just have to go check in your File Explorer, navigate to your folder, and find that it's downloaded. Once it is downloaded, you can then open another tab and go to your Google Drive. And then here, it's also a good idea to have a screencast folder or a Clipchamp folder, whatever you want to call it. And then you can upload your video from your Windows computer by going to New, File Upload, going to your Documents and the folder where you downloaded your screencast, and then uploading it to Google Drive. Once the upload is complete, you can then share your video however you want. If this is going to a lot of people, you might want to just say anyone in Georgetown ISD can view, and then you can copy the link and paste it anywhere you want in Schoology, Google Classroom. That is how you record a screencast with Clipchamp and get it to your Google Drive.